how to be really happy all the time. You say, oh, you can't be happy all the time. So many years ago, when I had my television ministry in the 80s, in 1985, then I went to, it was 84, I believe, Israel, and the old city also of Jerusalem, which is just fabulous. I loved being there. Would have Turkish coffee at the gate of Damascus Gate. It was beautiful. And in being in that beautiful place, and with all of the energy, and to actually really be happy and to really enjoy where you are. But anyway, I interviewed for my television program. I did 4 shows from Israel. And I interviewed Teddy Kollek, who was the mayor of Jerusalem at the time. And I said to him, one of the questions I asked him was, what makes you happy? He says, happy? I have no happiness. And I thought, oh, interesting. Well, when you're thinking all the time, you really can't be happy. You could think of a good thought and then feel good. But then again comes the other thoughts, the lack, future loss, fear, anger, old dialogues, what I should have, could have said, what I should have, could have done. And we have to look at what makes us unhappy. And that means what makes us miserable. And you almost sense that so much of what's going on in the world is a lot of suffering for a lot of people. I've suffered a lot in my life. And until I found out the cause of suffering, you see. And all suffering takes place in the mind. From a belief, from a thought, a concept, an idea, such as, oh, my parents really didn't want me. Well, really? Who cares? Are you here? Yeah, great. Go forward and do something. My parents never really wanted me. Endless psychiatrist. Patient. Got to be patient. So what makes you unhappy? It's deciding your life isn't good enough. You don't like the people around you. You don't like your job. You don't like your body. It's too old, it's too young, it's too fat, it's too thin, it's too bad. You don't like the color of your skin or the color of somebody else's skin or their religion. Where did all this come from? And people say, well, how can I be happy with all of the misery in the world? Do you think your misery makes greater happiness for others? Wow, some people believe that. They can't tolerate the happiness of others. They can't tolerate the love and joy. They want to ruin it because they like that. And if you know people like that, get away as fast as you can. These people are called psychopaths. And they oftentimes are the rule makers because that's what they do. They have to work themselves into positions, and they actually really don't care. Someone's saying, what is the most vicious animal or creature on the planet? I say, well, maybe an alligator or a crocodile, only because, they're not saying, oh, I better not eat that human or that little dog, because I eat that little, or somebody's going to be really upset or whatever. No, they're just hungry and it's food. And that's that kind of reptilian brain you might think, people think is part of us. We don't evolve. I am not into all that. You have to transcend your body. You have to transcend the mind. You have to transcend, that means understand or know you're the game player. And if you're in the game and you forget you're the game player, then you're very caught up in the game and you lose yourself. So how to really be happy all the time is to not allow your mind to make you suffer. And then we're taught that suffering's good because you'll be a saint if you suffer. Well, really? Depends on the definition, and there's connotations besides definitions and sort of thing, because we're really always lacking in the words. So showing that you're going to by you suffering now you'll get your reward in heaven. Really? Who told you that? And then we get so caught up in envisioning our loss. People say, well, could you imagine that? Don't imagine it if you don't want it. Don't let anybody take your bliss, because bliss just means you're in your own sense of beingness beyond thinking. You don't need to think because you know it all. And people say, oh, you don't know it all. No, your mind doesn't. It just knows what's in that three-dimensional realm because of the design of the mind. But then you could say that's you beyond that, so then you have divine mind, or you are divine mind, but you're beyond the mind. You're the being, the person. And so the happiness also comes from giving. And the being able to, but then again, so our giving has strings. So then when you don't get, or you gave a gift and they don't appreciate it and they didn't say anything and they didn't say, oh, I love it, it's wonderful. They never say anything, well, I'll never give them a gift again, or I'll never love again. Well, wait, you're going to show them. Yeah, I'm going to kill myself. Then they'll all be sorry. Well, you can't die. That's the good and the bad news. So when you get who you are, and the power that you have, you're a divine creator God. Yes. And we're all equal, but we're all different. And different. Not equal. Yes, we're not the same. We're same and different, is he? And you go beyond same and different. You go beyond attached and detached. You go beyond like and dislike. Because that's the mind. That's how it operates. That's how it only operates. I know I got my mittens on. They're really sweet. Little Diane and Loie, my little dear ones. Isn't that sweet? I know. Handmade too. I just think it's so cool. That makes me happy, see. And I go, because somebody handmade these. They're really cool. They made them, we think out of an old sweater. It looks like a sweater. And it's like the doing the things you like. Being in nature, and the happiness. And what happens is, remember how I used to be so unhappy, because I'd always be thinking about what other people thinking. Do they like me? Don't they like me? What did I do? And how you be happy, because you can't solve things in the mind, because thinking creates the problem. How you solve it, for me, this is how I do. I have to get away from whatever the incident is, be by myself, breathe and go into who I am, center myself, and go, okay, do I want to play this? Is this what I want to do? Is that what I want to do? Who says I have to do that? And this, what's going on with me? Let me get myself centered here, because in every moment you have free will choice. You're going to honor the inner, or you're going to give your power to the outer, or somebody else, or someone else, or something out there big is going to get you. And now is the time, now is opportunity to be strong, see? And in that, we're in the wonder of it all. And we can enjoy simply also connecting with people. And eliminating cruelty. Why are some children cruel? Mostly because they've been abused. Then they grow into adults, and who raised them? The mothers. And the father. It's like, what may I say? What makes us miserable is guilt, the past, mistakes, or shame, and fear. self-doubt, insecurity, depression. These are all mental, emotional states coming from thinking and reacting to the outer when you transcend all that. And then you perceive the beauty. You in the simple. And your heart is filled with love. And always endeavoring for the welfare of all living entities. See, it's like taking care of the little child within you. When you're beyond age, and to be happy all the time, it's actually really easy. Just be you, doing what you're doing, being happy for others, working for the welfare of others, and just don't get involved in their stuff. It's in the mind. Don't take sides. It's in the mind. Yeah, and act from your heart, regardless. Yeah. This is your life, eternally, to live as you choose. Choose the good life, because you are good. Bring that forth and have fun.